In a quiet village nestled between the mountains of Japan, an 85-year-old man sits on a tatami mat as the sun begins to set. His dinner is simple: miso soup, lightly simmered vegetables, and a small bowl of stewed chicken cartilage. But this small dish holds a powerful secret: natural collagen. Every night, he eats this just before bed. And every morning, he wakes up with legs that feel light, not swollen. A study from Japan's Institute of Geriatrics found that eating collagen-rich food before sleep may help reduce leg swelling in older adults. Could something this simple be the key to waking up with more ease and less pain? Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from? And what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why legs swell at night after 60. Have you ever looked down at your legs at the end of the day and wondered, why do my feet feel so heavy? Why do my ankles look puffier than they did this morning? You're not alone. This quiet swelling, often unnoticed at first, tends to creep in more and more as we age. It's not always painful, but it's uncomfortable. It makes walking harder, shoes tighter, and sleep more restless. So, what's really happening inside your body? After age 60, your circulation slows down. Blood and fluid don't return to the heart as efficiently as they used to. Your veins, like old garden hoses, may lose their elasticity. This means fluid begins to pool in your lower legs, especially when you sit or stand for long periods. But there's another reason that's often overlooked: loss of collagen. Collagen is the protein that keeps your blood vessels firm and flexible. As we age, we lose collagen, not just in the skin, but deep inside the body too. When collagen decreases, the walls of your blood vessels weaken. This makes it harder for blood to flow upward, especially against gravity, from your feet back to your heart. The result? Swollen legs, especially in the evening. In Japan, elderly people are deeply aware of these subtle signs. They often say, "Karada wa uso o tsukanai." The body never lies. So instead of ignoring swelling, they respond gently with food, movement, and mindful habits. One elderly Japanese woman I met during my time in Osaka shared her nightly ritual with me. She said, "I used to wake up with aching feet. Then my daughter told me to eat collagen food before bed. I didn't believe it at first, but now I sleep better and my legs feel light." In Western countries, we often jump straight to medication or expensive treatments. But in Japanese culture, people tend to start with nourishment, asking, "What does my body need to support itself tonight?" This question is where healing begins. Collagen, not just for skin, but for circulation and muscles. When most people hear collagen, they immediately think of skincare, smooth faces, fewer wrinkles, youthful glow. But collagen does far more than just support your appearance. Inside your body, collagen is like scaffolding. It holds your blood vessels, muscles, joints, and organs together. And as you age, your collagen reserves decline, steadily, quietly, but deeply. In fact, by the time you turn 60, your body is producing far less collagen than it did in your 30s. This doesn't just lead to sagging skin. It affects your circulation, your joints, and even your energy levels. Let's focus on circulation for a moment. The walls of your blood vessels are made up in part of collagen. This gives them the strength and flexibility to carry blood throughout your body. When collagen is low, these vessel walls weaken. They become less efficient at helping blood flow upward, especially from your feet and legs back to your heart. The result? fluid gets trapped in the lower body, causing swelling, discomfort, and even cramping. Many people think swollen legs are simply part of getting old. But in Japan, there's a different belief. If the body is supported properly, aging doesn't have to mean suffering. And part of that support starts with what's on your plate. In Japanese culture, collagen is not something taken as a pill. It's part of food. Warm, slow-cooked, nourishing food. Chicken cartilage, fish skin, and bone broth are all staples in traditional Japanese cooking. They're rich in type 2 collagen, which is especially helpful for joints and connective tissue. And unlike supplements, these natural sources come with a full range of nutrients, amino acids, minerals, and cofactors your body needs to absorb collagen properly. One of the most common dishes is nankotsu, stewed chicken cartilage, often cooked gently with ginger and a bit of soy sauce. It's soft, flavorful, and easy to digest, especially for elderly people who may have trouble chewing. Another is tebazaki, tender chicken wings slowly simmered until the collagen melts right into the broth. In Japan, these dishes aren't considered special or expensive. They're everyday comfort food, served in small portions, often before bed. Not to treat a problem, but to prevent one. The beauty of this approach is in its simplicity. Instead of targeting swelling with harsh medications or diuretics, the Japanese philosophy is to gently rebuild the body's strength from within. Imagine your blood vessels as small, flexible bamboo pipes. Without enough collagen, those pipes lose their shape and sag. But with regular nourishment, they regain some of their form and function. That's the quiet power of food as medicine. If you've never thought of collagen as part of your nightly routine, maybe it's time to consider a new habit. Because healing doesn't always come in a bottle. It can come in a bowl, warm and ready, just like it does in Japan. The cheap, collagen-rich food Japanese elders eat before bed. In Japan, there's no need to visit a fancy health store or spend hundreds on supplements to get collagen. For generations, older Japanese adults have quietly nourished their bodies with something humble, affordable, and incredibly powerful. Chicken cartilage. Yes, chicken cartilage. The soft, rubbery part found at the ends of bones, like in chicken wings or between joints. When gently simmered, it releases type 2 collagen, a form especially helpful for joint health, circulation, and reducing inflammation. One of the most popular dishes is nankotsu, often made by stewing chicken cartilage slowly with ginger, scallions, and a dash of soy sauce. The result is a warm, savory dish that's not only delicious, but also deeply nourishing. But why before bed? Japanese elders often eat this meal as part of a light, early evening dinner. They believe that by giving the body collagen and amino acids just before sleep, they're supporting overnight repair, and science seems to agree. During sleep, your body goes into repair mode. It rebuilds tissue, reduces inflammation, and restores circulation. Giving it the building blocks right before bedtime, like those found in chicken cartilage, can enhance that process. In fact, a Japanese study published in the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology found that ingesting type 2 collagen helped improve joint comfort and reduced morning stiffness in older adults. Participants who consumed it at night reported feeling lighter and more mobile when they woke up. But this isn't just about joints. Many older people suffer from venous insufficiency, where blood doesn't flow well back to the heart. This causes fluid to collect in the legs, leading to swelling and heaviness. Collagen helps reinforce the walls of your blood vessels, making them stronger and more elastic. With stronger vessel walls, blood moves more easily and swelling decreases. Let's go back to a quiet street in Kyoto. A grandmother in her late 70s Mrs. Saito prepares her dinner just after sunset. She places a small bowl of nankotsu beside steamed rice and pickled vegetables. It's not much, but it's enough. Afterward, she takes a short walk in her garden, drinks a cup of warm barley tea, and heads to bed. When asked why she eats this dish so often, she smiles and says, "Because I want to wake up and walk without pain. That's all." There's something beautiful in that simplicity. In the West, we often search for complex solutions, but in Japan, the answer is often simple, steady, and rooted in tradition. You don't need to make it complicated either. A small portion of stewed chicken wings or even homemade bone broth from leftover chicken parts can offer similar benefits. Just simmer them slowly for a few hours with ginger, garlic, and a splash of vinegar to help extract the collagen. Eat it warm, eat it slowly, and let it nourish you before sleep. Because what you eat in the quiet hours of the evening can shape how your body feels when the morning light returns. How to eat before bed. The Japanese evening routine to reduce swelling. In Japan, evening is not a rushed, noisy part of the day. It's a time to slow down, reconnect, and gently prepare the body for rest. For many older Japanese adults, what they eat and when they eat is just as important as what medications they take. And when it comes to swelling in the legs, their evening routine holds quiet wisdom we can all learn from. First, they eat early, usually before 7 p.m. This gives the body several hours to digest before sleep, reducing the chance of overnight water retention or discomfort. Their meals are light but nourishing. Instead of heavy meats or processed foods, they choose dishes like miso soup, lightly steamed vegetables, rice, and a small portion of collagen-rich food like chicken wings or fish skin. Salt intake is also carefully managed. Too much sodium can worsen swelling, especially in older adults. So Japanese dinners are often flavored with umami, the savory taste from ingredients like miso, seaweed, and bonito flakes rather than salt. This allows the food to be flavorful but gentle on the body. After dinner, many elders take a short walk, even if just around the house or garden. Movement helps blood circulate. It gently encourages fluid that's settled in the legs throughout the day to move upward, preventing buildup overnight. This habit is so common in Japan that there's even a term for it, yusuzumi, the peaceful cooling down stroll at dusk. Next, they might enjoy a warm beverage, often shogayu, a traditional drink made by mixing grated ginger with hot water and a little honey. Ginger supports circulation and keeps the body warm, especially for those who tend to have cold feet or hands at night. Then comes the final step, resting the legs. Elderly Japanese often elevate their legs slightly while sitting or lying down. Sometimes they soak their feet in warm water with a bit of sea salt before bed to relax the muscles and reduce swelling. This isn't seen as luxury. It's a daily health ritual. All these steps work together: eating light, eating early, choosing collagen-rich food, moving gently, staying warm. These are not random habits. They are intentional actions passed down through generations. And they work. A small clinical trial in Tokyo showed that older adults who combined a low-sodium, collagen-rich diet with light evening walking experienced less swelling and improved sleep quality within 2 weeks. Their legs felt lighter. Their mornings began with less stiffness. Back in Okinawa, one of the longest-living regions in the world, a 92-year-old man once said, "The body is like a garden. Water it gently at night, and it will bloom in the morning." You don't need to adopt every Japanese tradition to feel better, but maybe start with just one. Eat earlier. Walk after dinner. Add a spoonful of collagen-rich broth to your evening. Let it become your quiet ritual. Because your body doesn't need to be pushed hard to heal. It just needs consistency, nourishment, and care. A 67-year-old American woman tried this, and here's what happened. Linda had just turned 67 when she started noticing something frustrating. Every morning, her legs felt swollen and stiff. Not painfully so, but enough to make her dread getting out of bed. She lived alone in Oregon, stayed active, and ate what she thought was a healthy diet. But no matter what she tried, compression socks, stretching, elevating her legs, the swelling kept coming back. One day, while visiting her daughter in San Francisco, she stumbled on a YouTube video about Japanese elders who eat collagen-rich foods before bed to reduce leg swelling. It seemed almost too simple. Chicken wings? Broth? That's it? But she was curious, and more than anything, she was tired of waking up feeling heavy. So, when she returned home, Linda gave it a try. She didn't make a huge change, she just added one small bowl of collagen-rich food to her evening routine, either homemade chicken wing soup or slow-cooked cartilage stew, just like in the video. She also shifted her dinner time to earlier, by 6:30 p.m., and took a short, gentle walk around her block after eating. The first few days, nothing dramatic. But by day 5, she noticed something small, but meaningful. I woke up, and my feet didn't feel like sandbags, she later shared. The swelling had decreased, not gone entirely, but reduced enough that her morning routine felt smoother. By the end of the second week, she no longer needed to massage her legs before putting on her slippers. Linda said, "It's like my body just responded. I didn't expect food to make such a difference." She kept going. Not perfectly, not every single night, but consistently. And even when she missed a day, her body seemed to remember the care she'd been giving it. What made the biggest difference, she believes, wasn't just the chicken cartilage. It was the slowing down, the ritual, taking time to prepare food with care, eating slowly, not rushing into bed, but giving her body time to settle, digest, and repair. This story isn't unique. In fact, many older adults in Japan say they don't think of these routines as treatments, but as expressions of respect for their bodies. They don't eat nankotsu or drink ginger tea because it's trendy. They do it because it helps them walk better, sleep deeper, and wake up feeling more alive. Linda's story reminds us that healing doesn't always come in big dramatic changes. Sometimes it begins with something small, a bowl of warm broth, a little patience, and the willingness to believe that your body can still improve even after 60. Because it can. What science says. Japanese studies on collagen and circulation in aging adults. In recent years, Japanese researchers have turned their attention to something their elders have quietly known for generations. The way you nourish your body at night deeply affects how it feels in the morning. This isn't just folk wisdom anymore. It's backed by science. One study published in the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology observed elderly participants who consumed type 2 collagen, the same type found in chicken cartilage, daily for 12 weeks. The results were subtle but meaningful: reduced joint discomfort, improved mobility, and better circulation, especially in the lower legs. Researchers noted a decrease in morning stiffness and a marked improvement in participants' ability to perform daily tasks like walking and standing. Another study at Kyushu University explored collagen's impact on blood vessel health in older adults. It found that consistent intake of natural collagen helped restore elasticity in the small veins that return blood to the heart. This is crucial because as we age, those veins tend to lose their spring, leading to sluggish circulation and fluid retention in the legs. The most fascinating part? The studies emphasized that collagen from whole food sources, like chicken cartilage or fish skin, was more effective than isolated collagen powders or pills. Why? Because natural collagen comes paired with cofactors, amino acids, minerals like zinc and copper, and small amounts of hyaluronic acid, all of which play a role in how your body absorbs and uses collagen. In Japanese hospitals and elder care centers, it's not uncommon to find collagen-rich broth served with meals, not as a cure, but as part of a holistic approach to aging well. Doctors there often recommend combining collagen intake with light movement in the evening, such as walking or leg stretches, and warm hydration like barley tea or ginger water to support circulation. Dr. Sakamoto, a geriatric nutrition specialist in Tokyo, once said, "Swelling in the legs is not just a symptom, it's a signal. The body is asking for support. Collagen, warmth, and gentle movement give it that support." This philosophy runs deep in Japanese culture. Aging isn't treated as a decline to be feared, but a stage of life to be supported with care, rhythm, and intention. What can you take from this wherever you are in the world? You don't need to wait for a doctor to prescribe you something. You can begin rebuilding from within. One broth, one bowl, one evening walk at a time. Science may give us the data, but it's daily habit that delivers the change. And that change is possible, no matter your age. The gentle Japanese night routine that helps legs wake up lighter. In Japan, the hours after sunset are treated with quiet reverence, especially among the elderly. Evening is not just for resting, it's for restoring. This philosophy is reflected in their routines, simple, calming habits that prepare both the body and mind for deep sleep and smoother mornings. So what does a typical evening look like for an older adult in Japan? It often begins with an early, warm dinner, usually between 5:30 and 7 p.m. Meals are light, but deeply nourishing. Miso soup, steamed fish or chicken, soft root vegetables, and a small serving of collagen-rich food like stewed wings or cartilage. Dinner is quiet. No television, no distractions, just slow eating, focused chewing, and gratitude, a practice known as itadakimasu, which means I humbly receive. After dinner, many take a short walk, even just 10 minutes around the garden or home. This gentle movement supports circulation, helping the blood move upward from the legs, which have carried your weight all day. Back inside, a warm drink follows, often shogayu, ginger water, roasted barley tea, or simply warm water with lemon. The warmth soothes the stomach, keeps the blood moving, and prepares the body for sleep. Then comes the soothing of the legs. Some soak their feet in warm water with a pinch of sea salt or a few drops of essential oil. Others simply elevate their legs on a small pillow for 15 to 20 minutes. This helps drain excess fluid from the lower body and signals to the nervous system it's time to relax. And finally, many take a few quiet minutes to breathe. Sometimes a short meditation or just slow inhales and exhales with the lights dimmed and the room cool. There's no rushing, no multitasking, no late-night scrolling, just presence. This routine may sound simple, but its effects are powerful. Legs feel lighter, sleep comes faster. The body wakes up more refreshed. A 2018 wellness survey in Japan found that older adults who followed this kind of nighttime rhythm reported better sleep, less swelling, and more energy in the morning than those who didn't. So what can you take from this? You don't need a full Japanese lifestyle to feel the benefits. Just a few shifts. A warm dinner earlier in the evening, a collagen-rich dish, a 10-minute walk, a quiet cup of tea, and 5 minutes with your feet elevated. Let that be your signal to your body. You are safe, you are cared for. Now, rest. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means learning to listen more deeply, to the small signals, to the quiet discomforts, to the body asking gently for care. Swollen legs at night may feel like just another thing to endure. But they're not a life sentence. They're a message, a reminder that healing is still possible, even now. The people of Japan have shown us that the answer doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Sometimes it's a bowl of warm broth, a few quiet steps after dinner, a moment of stillness before bed. You don't need to change your entire life. You just need to start with one small, loving habit. Because when you give your body what it truly needs, collagen-rich nourishment, warmth, movement, and rest, it remembers, it responds, and slowly it begins to heal. So tonight, before bed, ask yourself, what can I give my body that it will thank me for in the morning? Start there, and trust that even after 60, your body is still capable of feeling better than it does today.